You're coming out of my house. You're
not talking
coming
to
out
me.
my house.
Once we have beef forever.
She was not a part of the sex that you did in order to have the child. Hey. Welcome back to OP Said. I'm Mel, and this is OP Said, where we read the maddest, wildest, craziest Reddit stories.
I'm Marie, and today's stories are bonkers.
And I'm May, and if you thought the last stories were crazy, wait until you hear today's episode. Okay, so first up, I already like this title. This one's from True Off My Chest. They call me lazy while I do everything, so I'm leaving the country. Every day my parents walk into a spotless house, a clean living room, dishes washed, dried and put away, clean cupboards, wiped down and no washing up, left for them to do. I also do the laundry, fold their clothes individually, vacuum, mop, clean the bathroom and sweep the stairs. Yet I feel incredibly underappreciated. The house is a mess every morning and I'm more than happy to clean up after everyone. But every weekend, when my parents are home, they still call me lazy. If I'm not quick enough to get something sorted, make someone tea, or unload a dishwasher, on top of all the other household work, now I'm also expected to cook dinner for everyone. I'm trying to build my own business while preparing for my new job, where I'll be away for 6 months. After finishing my chores, I like to take some time for myself at a coffee shop. But now, on top of everything, I'm being pressured to cook dinner too. My mum gets home from work at 3 p.m. and most of the time my sister and I cook for ourselves. However, my mother gets angry when I forget to cook something for my dad. Sometimes I'm just exhausted from everything I do every day. I feel undervalued, like nothing I do is ever good enough. I even get criticised for going to Costa because my mum can't go since she works. I get laughed at for not having moved out, in brackets, even though I'm moving in April, and looked down on for claiming benefits because I can't afford my phone bill. I constantly try to explain that I get tired too, and that cooking dinner on top of everything else can sometimes be too much. I deserve a life and appreciation for all that I do. It takes me hours to clean and it hurts when I'm called lazy, especially when they don't have to lift a finger. I have secretly planned to move out for 6 to 8 months and hopefully permanently, as I will be working on a cruise. I can't take the name calling, mockery and lack of appreciation anymore. I am cutting my family off completely. I am tired. I feel run down. Most of all, I feel depressed.
Hello, maid. I see you got your maid costume on. That's what it's giving. Yeah, she needs to run far and wide away. Far away. She's doing the right thing.
Yeah.
Move away. She's
got
got
a
the
plan.
solution. You've got the plan. Like you guys said previously, move silently and quickly.
Literally, she's got a plan, so
Yeah.
I think maybe she just wanted to write this down because as far as I'm
Yeah,
concerned,
it's a chew off my chest, isn't it?
yeah, she's literally just doing what she has to do, doing all the work, and then, yeah, she's off in April.
Question though, she says she can't afford her phone bill.
Maybe she's been saving up all of her benefits. Yeah. No, but she'll be working on a cruise.
No, I know she's getting a job.
Yeah.
I'm laughing because she said that she's on benefits and then she can't afford a phone bill. I'm like, but on benefits you can afford a phone bill. There's no phone bill.
No, she said she's on benefits because she can't afford her phone bill.
Okay.
And that's
I think the sentence is
it's crazy.
It's a crazy sentence.
Yeah, it's a crazy
because that's the
sentence.
one that stood out to me. But her mum being jealous of her going to Costa is also a real wild statement as well.
Yeah, do you know what? It sounds like it's such a reach for like her to say, "Oh, I'm cutting them off." Like completely.
Yeah.
But what she just described is modern slavery. Because no, think about it. She said her mum finishes work at 3 o'clock. And yet every day she complains. And on top of the cleaning that she does within the house, now they're upset and they've added cooking to her duties. But the mum finishes work at 3 o'clock. That's plenty of time to come home and cook for your family. Like, I don't know how.
Or even
cooking,
for herself, because she doesn't have to cook for her family. The kids are cooking for themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't
So for
understand.
her husband, the man that
Right.
you married.
How is it that cooking has now been delegated to the daughter and the daughter alone? But also just the name calling, it's not okay.
Yeah.
It's actually just not okay.
But
It's,
also, she's not lazy.
so
why would you call her that?
Thank you. She's far from lazy. There's now, like, they keep tacking on more duties for her to do. There's name calling. And it's just, it just gets progressively worse. I really hope that she never returns back to that family because do you know what? She's really greatly unappreciated.
It honestly sounds like she doesn't plan to come back. She said that she's gonna lock them off completely. So I don't know. This probably sounds like terrible advice, but it's what I did. I would just refuse. Sorry. I'm telling you right now, once you stop doing anything for someone, they no longer have any expectations. So if you can't continue doing anything, so whether like for guys, with girls, romantic gestures, or friends as well, if you can't continue doing something that you started, stop immediately, because then no one has any expectations or demands on you to continue this act. So I would personally just stop. And I don't know, you're already name calling me anyway. You're calling me lazy. Okay, I'm lazy now. Well, what's your problem?
Yeah.
And then, you know, I've got 6 to 8 months anyway. I'm planning my cruise. I'm off. So see you later.
Do you know what? I agree with Melinda as well. But I think she's quite sensitive though, because
My dear, the names are already being called.
She was saying the name calling really upsets her. But I remember when I was younger, my mum was trying to teach me how to cook, and I was a typical tomboy. I did not want to learn how to cook, so I just didn't. That's it. Like you I don't know what type of household you're in, but I just didn't. She would moan and I'd look at her and then I'd walk out. And that was it. And I had to teach myself how to cook when I got to uni. And that's it. I was not upset about the order of things.
But they really underappreciate her. She sounds like she does absolutely everything. So I would, okay, I've done it all. Now you want to add more. I'm doing that. And you're still calling me lazy, still name calling. I'm
never
going
enough.
to stop. Exactly. That's why for me, honestly, I would just stop. Like, you've had it good. Now see how you have it when I'm not doing it.
I mean, yeah,
What are we
as I
gonna
said,
do?
modern day slavery. That's what
Do
this
you
is
think I would
giving.
review the relationship though once I leave? Because sometimes when you leave, you can't live with your family, but outside of that, you might build quite a nice
Less is
relationship.
more.
So I don't know about cutting them off completely, and I'm an advocate for always leaving, but maybe try and see what it is like when they've actually missed you. And
But will they?
But will they? Because do you
no,
know what it is?
I'm not saying that what she's doing. Fine, if you want to do it, it's your family. You know them more than I do. But I always, if I've left the situation, I'll give it one more try, just as like the final nail in the coffin. And then if it doesn't work out, then I know I made the right decision.
I just feel like the mum's shirking her responsibilities and
Thank
giving
you.
it to the daughter.
100%.
So not only is she shirking it, but then she has the audacity to be resentful because the daughter gets to have Costa.
Yeah.
Like Costa coffee. Okay. And it's just like, she's almost like picking on this girl because she can. And it's not okay. So it's like
She's
when
not
you
gonna
say
anything.
yeah, when you say, perhaps try to build a relationship. Sorry, the foundation is poor. Like
No,
the
when
foundation
I-
is poor. So I
not
don't know
necessarily
that
with
you
the
can build
mum,
from that as a
but-
jumping point.
Sister, she's like she's gonna cut off the whole family. What's the sister done?
Maybe they're all rubbish people. Let me no,
yeah, I
listen.
was
Maybe
gonna
they're
say.
all thoroughly rubbish people, and she just hasn't taken the time to describe how bad they are.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
If that's the case, then everybody can go.
Yeah, it sounds like the whole family is. And remember, just because she hasn't said, she hasn't gone into detail, but I'm pretty sure she has her own reasons for why she wants to cut them off completely.
Yeah, no, I
completely
think everyone
is
has
quite
their
extreme.
reasons.
And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
also, I was going to say, because we experienced this, you can have siblings and they can see that you're getting picked on, that you're being targeted and told to do more than them. They don't say anything.
Yeah.
They're
Because it's
happy
not
because they're just like, it's not me being asked. And they're happy for that to be something you do, but they live an easier life. And so my thing is, maybe from quite early on, she noticed that there is no allegiance. Like this sister has no allegiance to her.
Literally.
Like maybe the sister stands with the parents,
Yeah.
and she just hasn't mentioned that. And if that's the case, then yeah, cut her off.
Yeah.
But the reason why like siblings or even family members don't often speak up is because of two things. One, it may work to their advantage, as May said. Like if one sister is doing more work than other, come on, that's less work for the other sister to do. So it probably works for her advantage, to her advantage. Or it's like they don't want to get involved and it become like a whole thing. So yeah, I'm pretty sure she has her reasons. But another thing that stood out to me, is just because of the fact that like even a mum doesn't even cook when she's supposed to.
The
What's
mum
really
doesn't
sad,
cook or clean.
No, I know, but what's really sad is that in this world and across all cultures, countries and generations for years and whatever, some people have kids to do all the work.
Yeah.
And I think that's disgusting. Like, I didn't ask to be here. You had me. So I shouldn't have to, I guess, prove my worth to you in cleanliness, in deeds as a child, sorry. And you know, that happens every day. Like, you know, there are some parents, their kids get to a certain age and then they start charging them rent.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, but since the child is going to live here, da, 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 da. And I'm talking about like when a child has their first job at 16, for instance.
Yeah.
And it's just like, what?
That
Like
reminds me
that
of...
is not... This is you. You're the parents. These are your bills. Like, literally, these are your bills. You would be paying rent. You would be paying electricity. Yes, of course, not as much, but you chose to have a child. Like, your child shouldn't have to prove their worth through deeds and acts. Like, that's not fair. And it sounds like this is what's happening. Like, the parents are more than comfortable for OP to basically cook, clean, and do the duties of the parents.
I literally saw a TikTok, I think it was like about a month ago or something like that. There was this woman who, she got so much stick, like she's absolutely hated because she said, yeah, we've got bills to pay. I've got a 16-year-old. Yeah, of course she contributes to the rent. Of course who's going to pay the bills if she doesn't?
You?
If she doesn't help me? Like, what, you think this world is free? And everyone said,
No.
wow, so you really think that your child needs to pay your bills because it's her... You know, none of those bills are in the kid's name. Like, I remember everybody said, no, this is incredible that you actually genuinely believe that your child should be taking on your responsibilities. This child didn't ask to be here. And then everyone said, don't worry, when she gets older, she will walk out, leave, and never come home.
And then there's shots. It's like men, where this divorce came out of nowhere. Oh, she no longer talks to me. Come on. Do quick
People
maths.
in general, man, they don't notice the things that they've done wrong, even with warning.
Anyway, we have a top comment. They will be begging you to come back. Make sure you move all your stuff out so you don't have to. Agreed.
Talking to them achieves nothing. Like, just... And when you do it, you have to do it in one swift move. If you're leaving, and I mean in a relationship, in family, you have to do it just in one go.
Yeah.
Don't keep coming back because then it makes the situation more difficult. And then your resolve can weaken as well.
Also makes you look a little bit unserious. I feel like it makes people look a little unserious. Why are you coming back for? I thought you were going.
It's true.
If someone says I'm leaving, I'll be like, okay, bye.
No,
Right,
it's
like,
true. It's true.
oh,
And do you
that
know what?
is-
They'll respect that you moved
Yeah.
and you were really like cutthroat
Clear.
about
When
it.
you're cutthroat about things, one thing people respect is, wow, she never came back, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Done.
I love that. I have
highly-
a big love
I
for
highly
people
recommend
that do that.
move.
When they move mad, it's like, I'm never speaking to you again. And guess what? You never speak to that person again.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And every time they ask, it's like, do you remember when I told you that thing? Okay, just so you know.
But these people don't appreciate her. They mock her. They criticize her. Like, so why would she stay?
What's the
And
attraction?
why would she why would she stay? Why would she continue? And why would she continue having it? Like, as far as I'm concerned, look, anyway, quick maths for me. Oh, when I do a lot, I'm still criticized. Let's try without.
And then
I
also,
would stop
also-
immediately.
there's no winning.
Yeah, there's no
Like, it
winning.
doesn't matter how much work she
Yeah.
does. I'm sure they would lump on more duties.
Exactly.
And then cuss her for the things that she's already doing.
Yeah.
So it's
And-
okay. It's okay. It's actually okay to walk away. Guys, there is power in leaving and never looking back. The person might want you back, but they will respect you highly for not coming back. That's one thing I remember. I think one of like my old guy friends said that. He was like, I respect it when women do this. Like when they come back, it's cool and that, but it's like, I wish you stuck to your word.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
now,
The respect has diminished.
that's why when you walk out, if you're like, yeah, I just came back for my key, leave them keys, man.
Literally.
Go and make a new one. What do you mean? Whatever you forgot. Maybe if there's someone in the house that can sneak it to you off-site,
It's
but
true.
don't come back to that house ever.
Drama aside, we know that as much as 96% of you that watch our channel, love our content, still don't subscribe. So if you could do us a huge favor and hit that subscribe button, we would really appreciate it, and it'll help us, distribute our content to people just like you. Also, we're on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at OP Said Podcast. So hit follow and subscribe now.
Okay, my story comes from revenge stories. Today I fucked up by making cousins and relatives stop visiting. This happened recently and I'm still dealing with the fallout. Every holiday, my cousin, 32 female, comes over and I hate it. She's always been toxic. Passive-aggressive comments, judgmental looks, making everyone feel uncomfortable. My family insists we put up with her because she's still family and family comes first. This time, she was worse than usual. Every word out of her mouth was some smug insult, mocking our house, our clothes, even the most random things just to feel superior. I was this close to snapping, but I kept my mouth shut for the sake of peace. Then she dropped the most diabolical line. Wow, you actually look like a terrorist. If I saw you on the street, I'd report you. I finally lost it and said the simplest, cutest thing I could think of. Mind your own business, bitch.
Oh.
And then silence. For the first time, she looked shaken.
Good.
The arrogance drained from her face and she just sat there speechless. Then in classic dramatic fashion, she got up, yelled something incoherent and stormed out. I thought that was the end of it. Nope. If it was, I would have grabbed a Coke and moved on with my life. Within days, we were practically blacklisted by the family.
Whoa.
No one visited. Friends stopped checking in. I found out she went full victim mode, twisting the story to make me look like the villain. And of course, everyone believed her. The worst part? Even my own family blamed me. They know she's a bitch. They know she loves stirring drama. But they needed a scapegoat, and apparently I was the perfect one.
So
I'm sure it'll die down, no?
I don't know. I'm sorry, am I part of this family?
I'll be like this. Okay. Cool. She's
I
gone
know.
though.
Yeah. I wouldn't give a heck. I'd just be like,
Yeah, if you wanna tell your side of the story, go on Facebook. That's where everyone seems to have the breaking news. Go and announce what really happened so you get your story out there. But I would be like, the bitch is gone,
yeah.
and live my life. I wouldn't really care what my family say. I'd be like, if you want to fix it, go apologize. I'm not apologizing.
Yeah.
The end. No one can make you apologize. So I wouldn't apologize.
Do you know what? It
Yeah.
seems like it's the ramifications for her family that seems to be the problem.
Yeah.
I think she's okay with the fallout and her cousin, you know, having an attitude with her, etc. But it's more so like what this little bit has done for her parents. Because she said they've been blacklisted. Blacklisted over what? Just the cousins having a disagreement or argument. That's ridiculous.
Yeah,
Maybe
some
they never
ridiculous-
liked them. I'll be honest, maybe the whole family never liked them in the first place. Because why should you be blacklisted? I'm telling you right now, to be fair, I've never really had any disagreements with cousins or anything. But
No,
like,
never.
it's always been like the kids' business is one thing and then the adults is another.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? So for instance, like it should be like the adults should be talking and trying to get the kids to talk. So Opie and her cousins talk, but it shouldn't have the repercussions of the whole family now not talking to this family. That's really strange to me. I've never heard anything like it. Because in my family, it would have been like, if I fell out with a cousin, it would have been like, Melinda, go and talk to that cousin, go and make up so that, you know, everyone's okay. And then my parents would have been talking to like the cousin's parents and been like, oh, you know, these kids, they just argued, everything will be fine. It should have never been like a whole fallout, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I've been in this situation. I feel
Really?
my auntie, I don't like her.
Yeah, but then did that blacklist your family, you and your mum and everyone?
Yeah,
Oh,
And then
maybe
what
they never
happened?
liked you.
we still don't talk.
I think it
but
has to be deep in it though.
No, but your
Your whole family hasn't
was-
ostracized you and your mum though, have
No,
they?
I don't know if they have because I stopped talking to everyone. I just couldn't be
Oh,
bothered
okay,
because they're
yeah.
all of the same mindset. So it was just like, I don't believe in having conversations with people and trying to hear my side of the story. I don't, and it's easier as well. I'm always going to land on the last one, which is it's easier for me because we don't live in the same country.
Yeah.
So if I don't know what it would be like if it was the same country, but for my mum goes and sees her sisters all the time. They have their relationship, but everyone
But
knows.
that's my point. That it
Yeah.
should never have like made the whole family fall out with Opie and her family.
But they don't she's not invited to Christmas and stuff because obviously she's gonna spend Christmas with me. So like in that sort of thing, my mum wouldn't necessarily go and spend Christmas there
Yeah.
just because of me.
Obligation and loyalty. To
Just
you.
go
Yeah.
if you want to be with your
Yeah.
sister. They were your sisters first, and I'm not offended by it. Do you know what I mean? Like they have a character flaw.
Yeah.
And it's not a disagreement. They have a character flaw that I wouldn't mess with people like that
Yeah.
in my daily life. So I do not mess with people like that, even though you're family. It's literally as simple as that. And again, with me, once we have beef forever. It never dies. So because of that, I'm not gonna.
like that.
Every time I see you, I'm not gonna carry on away.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say hello, be polite,
Yeah.
but we're never gonna. As soon as you're like, "How's your children?" There's a contract here. We don't talk. We're polite. I'm civil, but we're never that. I'm not gonna bully you. I'm not gonna make you feel uncomfortable. But
Yeah.
absolutely, under no circumstance should you ever come to me or ask me any other question apart from hello and goodbye. That's it. Or can you pass me the salt? I don't need anything more. And I'm really strict on that because I need there to be like strong boundaries. So yeah, I can relate to her, but I think she shouldn't care.
Yeah, I think so as well. Because you know what? I took the time to read back the story. The cousin's 32.
Yeah.
So
I don't know how old she is, but
This
yeah,
is
it's
a big
crazy.
woman. So it's like whatever happens. But we all know that she's got a terrible personality.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to apologize. But also, I'm really big on why should you apologize when you've done nothing wrong?
Yeah, it's true.
What she said was crazy. You look like a terrorist.
Yeah, but that's amongst other things. So that was what the
Yes.
cherry
Yes,
on the cake or whatever it is. But is it the cherry on the cake?
On top.
On top. Okay, sorry. I was going to say on top, but I thought it was.
Or rather the straw that broke the camel's back.
That's so long. I
I
really
think
prefer.
that's the more appropriate one.
No, but she
was
Marie
a cherry on
was
top.
right. Cherry,
no, but
on,
cherry
top.
on top is more a like.
It was a long
it's
straw
more
for her.
positive.
Sorry.
No, but cherry on top is like a positive thing. You know, straw that broke the camel's back is actually what this
No,
is.
this was the last
We're talking about
straw.
the last straw.
It was the last
Exactly.
straw.
No,
Yeah,
it was
it's
the
like,
last straw.
I think cherry on top can be anything. Like,
No, that's more
yes, because
positive.
there's stories. Like, say for example, you're retelling a story of something diabolical that happened,
yeah.
and you'll be like, and wait for it. The cherry on top was they did this.
Yeah.
So actually, you're wrong. You can use that phrasing for
positive
positive
things
and
and
negative
negative.
storytelling.
Oh, okay.
Wait for the
okay.
cherry on top. I've
Maybe-
heard it
maybe
before.
it's
and the cherry
personal.
on top was.
Oh no,
Yeah,
yeah.
maybe it's a
definitely-
personal
Melinda-
preference.
Marie was correct.
Melinda wants it to be grammatically correct all the
I
time.
do.
And it's because
I
you
do.
know she's
No,
right.
it's not that. It's Melinda likes to control and hear
Hey,
things.
May, what are you
said
doing?
in a particular way.
No,
she's
I know
very
that
bossy.
as well.
She's
I know
the
she's a
boss of
bossy
me.
bitch.
What?
She's bossy.
Yeah, she
tells
tries to
you
boss
what
me
to
too,
do.
but I'm also I like it though. I don't mind. Sometimes
I
boss
don't
me
love
around.
it here. I don't love it here.
She is bossy, but she says it with like this really nice, soothing voice.
To
and you can even
you?
say, and what you say? she's been mean to me before. You have. It's fine.
No, I
man.
haven't.
You have. Like, is that all you hurt me, babe? And I'm like, hey Mel, we're not at war. I'm okay. Oh, Marie, you know what? I've calmed down now. I'm like, okay. I find it. Do you know what? When you've known someone for so long, it's like things that would annoy you if it was a complete stranger. You're like, oh, look at her over there getting all heated up. It's fine, man.
Do you know what? It's
It's
so
so
funny
funny.
because I'm thinking
Isn't
about.
it, guys?
Guys, it's funny.
listen.
Even when I get annoyed, I laugh because I'm just
Yeah.
I'm so unserious.
No, listen. The reason why it's so funny is like the last time Belinda, guys, what was it like 8 a.m. Belinda just went off. Sending
Whoa.
voice notes to Marie, like she just misunderstood something, and then I
did,
remember,
and then I apologised.
I remember then in the afternoon, me and Melinda went for a walk, and as we're walking, I was like, Melinda, do you remember the origin story is this? And she's like, and I was like, and then you went off, and she was like, oh, my bad, I feel bad. I said, wow. And then she sent that voice note saying, sorry.
No, I actually did it before the walk.
No.
Yeah.
No, you didn't.
No, you didn't. You were on
No,
the
you
walk.
didn't.
No, we did.
You didn't,
because
you
she
were on
called
the
me,
walk.
and then we were on the walk, and then I was like, "Oh, you know what? I'm over it now." I don't
No, but see, that's not an apology.
No,
That's
no,
just
I
saying
apologise.
I've moved on. I've moved on from this.
No, I did apologise as well, and I said, "Yeah, I'm sorry, whatever." And I said, "I don't want to talk because I'm on my walk now." And Marie said, "Absolutely not."
That's
She
it.
said, "No, we're going to talk about it," and I said, "Okay."
Yeah, that's it. I also refuse to be brushed
Yeah.
off. I
I
would have
like
turned
it.
up to the door and been like, that's
No, luckily she was in Dubai.
Literally,
She was in Dubai.
it's like, no, but
Yeah.
as soon as I landed, I would have come to your house. Absolutely. There's no way. Do you know what it is? You guys mean too much to me for me to let things slide. And I've also learned when people just leave, like, even if it's just this big, it could be such a minor issue. And I've seen it happen, not necessarily in our relationship. But one of the things that I love about our relationship, we can have a massive argument that to other people will be the end, and then be like, so criminal minds. And that's just the way I am with the people that I love. Even my mom, I can blow up at my mom, and then I'll be like, well, you know, I'm gonna take you to Sainsbury's. What's that? What's those vegetable meatballs you like? I've got them for you. And it's like, it doesn't always need to be an apology. And I'm grateful that we're in a friendship where it doesn't need massive sit down apologies. It could just be like, look, this was said, I'm really sorry, and then we move on. We can move on to another side. It's really hard to find people that you can do that with. So when you do, you have to finish. So if I see even a dot of doubt, I'm sorting it out. And an old lady that I met at the bus stop randomly said that to me. She said she's lost a lot of friends.
Oh.
And she said it's because she never took the time to apologize, and she never took the time to be there for her friends like she should have been. So she said, I understand why I'm alone. So she's like, if you ever have any lingering things, even if it's like you didn't like the way they said something, say it. Because more than likely they didn't realize, and most of the people that love you, they love you unconditionally. You have to learn how people love you. Don't expect people to love you in a way that you like. And that was like the best bus stop experience I've ever had.
That's
and
really nice.
that stayed with me. So now I'm just like, nah. What's that? That sounds like, you know, a little bit of something there. Let's address it and then we'll move on.
No, I think that's really good advice, because I remember I saw it on Threads or something, but it said something along the lines of, be careful of those friends that you can't even approach about like something bad, or you can't basically pull up, because it's all good having good times with them, you know, fun times going out, etc. But if something happens, you don't like something, like if all of a sudden you're a villain just for addressing a problem, those aren't your real friends. And because I don't think that's healthy. Like, as much as, you know, we have fun and, you know, the good times, etc., but I should be able to pull you up and like correct you, or just let you know that what you said hurt, or I didn't like the way you said something, without me becoming a villain. Like, without the person that wanting to address it being seen in a negative light. I don't think that's fair.
And
I agree.
I had that. You know,
why are you laughing?
Because I feel, do you know what? I'm spoiled in a sense, because I feel like when I'm with you guys, I can say whatever I want. So when I have a friend
you can't say
that I say what I want and then they be, hey man, I'm like, is it? You're mad, you know. I'm like, oh, okay, so this doesn't work worldwide. Okay, great. Let me just reduce it. But
mate, some people are so sensitive. You know it anyway. You know.
I know people are sensitive. Do you know what?
So
I know people are sensitive, and I try not to be insensitive. But I'm like, if you communicated that, you know, this we wouldn't be where we are now. If you actually communicated that.
If you communicate how sensitive you were, we wouldn't even be friends like this. Because I would know that my personality doesn't work with somebody who has that level of sensitivity. We do have a top comment. They weren't family in the first place. Why is your family so dependent on her opinion?
Yeah, it's true, you know. So my story is from Am I the Arsehole? Am I the arsehole for telling my pregnant 19-year-old daughter she needs to move out ASAP? My daughter, Rose, 19, was always a smart girl. She did well in school and got a full ride to a great school that is local. She's been living with me and going to school and doing well. She got this new boyfriend a few months ago who I don't like. I can smell the bullshit. He constantly lets her down, but covers it up with a big smile and grand promises. Despite my warnings, they're still dating, and now she's pregnant. I offered to pay for the abortion and take a few days off work to help her recover. She said no. She's going to marry her boyfriend, and there'll be one big happy family. He wants to move into my house, and she'll drop out of school while he works to support them. He's a bartender. He doesn't go to college. I laughed at this idea, which made her mad. She told me that since he can't move in, I'll need to step up and help with the baby more. Y'all. She has always been a very sensible child. I don't know where all of this is coming from. I flat out told her if she thinks she's grown enough to have and raise a child and get married, then she needs to move out as soon as possible and manage being an adult with the child's father. I raised the one child I wanted. I do not want to raise any more children in my home. I told her I'd pay for diapers here and there and I'd still visit her, but this baby is 0% my responsibility. If she chooses adoption, which I'm pretty sure she wouldn't, I'd be happy and willing to help her navigate that. She won't talk to me. My husband, her stepdad, is staying out of this but thinks I could help more. I told him he's welcome to go over and babysit for her, and that shut him up. LOL.
Exactly.
Am I the arsehole?
No. She has made some decisions that are going to significantly change the course of her life.
Absolutely.
And also, her mum doesn't recognise this person that she's become.
Yeah.
But she's also very factually correct. If you can open your legs and have baby and say, I'm keeping the baby, then you can raise that baby elsewhere.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to happen under her roof. And telling her mum, this is what's going to happen, he's going to move in, that's like bold, if nothing else, and wrong and strong at the same time. Not the asshole. I would have delivered that message immediately, but that's just me. As soon as you said you're keeping the baby, I'd say, okay, cool. Let's create a plan of you moving out with your boyfriend.
Yeah.
I just think that's audacious for her to think that he's going to move in with her. That's really crazy. Like, her? Look, anyway, I just think as a woman, you should not really be having a child unless you are prepared to raise that single-handedly, the child. So if she can't do that, which it sounded like she can't because she expects to have her boyfriend move into her family home and for her to drop out of a good school as well, I don't really think she should be having the kid. But since the terms and conditions are clear, you know, move out, etc., etc., these are now her options, and not the arsehole at all. She's really clear. I'm sorry, I side with her. Everything that she's told her daughter, that's my line of thinking. Literally, if you're grown enough to raise a child, go ahead, do it. But don't expect or demand support from OP as the grandparent and saying like, oh, she needs to step up, she needs to do more. Pardon? She was not a part of the sex that you did in order to have the child. No, literally. She wasn't. So why
agree.
now do you think that she must play a major role?
I completely agree. But you know what? I'll tell you something. Her daughter's keeping the baby on the basis of the plan that he was moving into that household. So now that the plan has changed, I would be interested to know, are you still keeping the baby?
She sounds
You
defiant.
see, I have a major issue with this story, and that's like I have a major issue with men coming to live with the woman.
Yeah, me
Like,
too.
and if you're gonna get me pregnant and say you're gonna marry me, you need to have an exit plan for me to leave my father's house or my mother's house. Collect me out. Come and collect me outside of that house. I'm not going to make an easy life for you because maybe you were paying rent where you are and now you're going to be not paying any rent. You're going to have an easier life and you're going to be living and staying and bartending and looking after. And do you know
Having
what's going to
cooked
happen?
meals,
You're going to have
etc.
cooked meals and
Clean home.
and mum is going to end up being a second mum because you guys are going to go on dates together. That's not what marriage is. That's not how it is. It's different if you guys started off outside of the home and maybe you came through hard times and you had to move back home for a couple of months to go back out. But your whole plan is to be, I call it living in your parents' basement. There's no way a man should come into your home and live there with you after he's knocked you up. I'm so sorry. There's just... And that's cultural for me. I just don't think it doesn't make any sense. I was already in my mum's house and living fine. Collect me and make me leave. Absolutely not. So that is like a massive red flag. But also, the mum saying that she's going to have to step up. The daughter saying the mum's going to have to step up.
That's audacious.
I swear, guys, I'm not a violent person, but that deserves a slap.
I
Like,
agree.
that deserves like a wake up slap, like backhand straight to the face. Because what are you even talking about? You need to wake up. What are you talking
I
about?
would do a double take. I'd be like, no, wait.
No,
pardon?
It's the craziest
I
thing.
must
Like you
have
need to,
misheard you speak.
Yeah, like I would be like, no, I didn't just hear that.
That's
I
crazy.
did not just hear that.
and not in my home.
Yeah.
If you okay, so
No, but that's why I said, I'm sorry. Where's the mum Was OP part of the sex that was had in order to have this child?
But
you know what?
Absolutely not. So
I-
how dare she?
I really like how she handled her husband.
Yeah.
And she said, well,
I'm sorry, but that's the reality check
Yeah.
most men need.
Listen,
Okay, are you going to step
if-
up?
if-
Okay, by all means, go.
all this talk that you're
And then they're
talking,
gonna stop.
if I,
Yeah.
you know, you're gonna suddenly he's silent.
Yeah.
And that's
Real
how you should
silent.
have been the whole time.
Yeah.
You should have. But yeah, so I think that's the major issue. But you know what? You're right. I think when people make decisions that change their lives, they need to go through. They need to go through with it. Go through with it. See how hard it is, because it's not easy. People think that having children is just having a child, getting married. All those things are different steps that are. And I'm not saying marriage is hard, but they're adjustments.
Yeah.
All of those things that she's doing all at once are all adjustments. Being pregnant. Even going to college at the age that she's trying to go to college, dropping out of school is a whole new experience. You're going to live off of someone's bartending money, sweetheart. That's not going to be what you need to do. That's not going to be the thing that flourishes your life or enhances your life, should I even say. That's just not it. Listen to your mother. And I feel, and I'm always saying to like my friends, I wished I had like a collection of aunties who are wise, who could have given me information. Listen to your mother when she's saying that the plan that you have is not a great one. Obviously, if you want to go through with it, it's completely your choice. But just know that your life is going to change. And this man, even without being pregnant, wasn't the greatest person. He's probably not going to be the greatest dad.
He sounds like somebody who just, she said she sees the BS. He basically keeps flaking.
Yeah.
Like his word is not
Doesn't
his
mean
bond.
anything,
His word carries no weight. So do you know what I think is probably best? I think the parents of both the two individuals need to come together with the kids. And I think OP needs to say, whatever his name is, the baby daddy, she's moving in with you. Because, no,
Doesn't
because
sound
think
like
about
he's
it,
got parents.
Yeah, okay, with or without his parents, the two individuals, her daughter and the baby daddy, need to come together. And OP needs to tell her she's moving in with you. She's now your responsibility. You're apparently going to get married and you're going to be together for forever. And that's what it looks like. Where else would she go? Think about it.
Yeah.
Where else is she going to go? She's going to have to live with him. And it's important. And I'd also stress it's really important that we start the transition immediately so that you can get comfortable and familiar with these new surroundings, so that you can start to navigate it and baby-proof it. That's what I would say. And it sounds so cold, but that's the reality. That's called adulting.
And what does she think is going to happen? I'm not talking to you.
You're coming out of my house.
You're
You're
not talking
coming
to
out
me.
my house. What?
Don't talk to me.
I think she's about to make a big
Grave
regret.
mistake.
A
And she
grave
said she's
mistake,
studious as
big
well.
regret.
So that
She
means
got into a good college.
that's what I'm saying. So her future was actually
Like-
really bright, and now
because of love. Anyway, me and May all the time. Recently,
love is not enough.
We've been watching these shows, yeah, and people are making stupid mistakes because of love. Because of love.
I love him.
They're forgetting their
I
principles.
trust him.
They're
He's
forgetting,
such a good man.
They're forgetting their 5-10 year goal.
No, get out
And
of here.
sometimes it's like, bro, wake up. Like, there are so many people you meet in this life, even dating, even long-term relationships for that short while. When you look back years later, you're like, oof, I'm so glad that ended.
No.
And I honestly think this is probably one of those mistakes, one that she will probably regret later on in life, and been like, if she gets that abortion as well, like, whew, thank God I got an abortion. Imagine if I was still stuck with that bartender, because she's now going to change the course of her entire life
Yeah.
because of this decision.
have
And
an
I think
edit.
that's sad.
Have an edit.
Okay.
I had my daughter when I was 19. I was married to her father, who was in the military. I still graduated college on time at the age of 22, and everything worked out well for us until he died in service. The fact that it worked out okay for me is clouding my daughter's judgment, I think. Her trashy boyfriend can't even offer her or her child health insurance. It is a completely different scenario. Also, so many of you are suggesting I still let her live with me and keep the baby. This is not happening. I do not want a baby in my home, period. And I'm not babysitting either. I'll do normal grandparent stuff like show up to birthday parties and buy gifts here and there. And that's it.
She's clear.
Do you know what? It just reminds me of the
Valentine's one.
Yeah, that video that you guys sent around with the two Asian, they're all Asian, the daughter, the Asian, her mum and her aunt, and she's asking them about motherhood. And they basically go on to say that they didn't love motherhood, but they loved their children.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what Opie sounds like. She
Yeah.
doesn't want to be a mum again. Like, she's really, really crystal clear on that. She said, I will be grandma. That's it. That's the only role that I'm prepared to play. Whereas it seems like her daughter's big idea of this amazing future that she's going to have with this man is very much contingent on grandma playing second mum.
Stepping up.
Yeah.
And that's actually just not in OP's plan. So, yeah, the best thing you can do is move that girl out into her boyfriend's place.
Everyone should get a great dose of 16 and pregnant. That's so good. A lot of us up. That's why so many of us did not, like, a lot of, like, during school, a lot of millennials had kids. Their kids are not going to have kids. Like, it's their kids are not going to have kids until they're well in their 30s, because it is difficult.
But you know what? It goes it goes two ways. So it's either like their story is birth control, or it goes the other way where our mum's a midwife. So she tells us there's literally a pattern every single time. A girl has a kid early, her daughter will have a kid early. We saw it with our cousin. She had a baby when she was 17?
Yeah.
And then her daughter went on to have a kid when she was like 15 or 16.
Yeah.
And
It's a cycle.
it happens all the time. Like, literally, early pregnancy, next generation is early pregnant. It just doesn't stop. Or it goes the complete opposite of, no, I'm not having a baby till I'm well in my 30s, I'm financially secure, blah, blah, blah.
That probably happens with the oldest daughter. No, I mean, like, the oldest daughter's the one that's like, I'm not, because she's had to look, she's been second mum. When you've been second mum to the thingy, that person's not going to have a baby.
We're middle, and we said, no, we ain't doing that.
Yeah, because
And
you
all of our
babysat. You guys
older-
looked after kids, not that much.
Really? No, do you know what? Because in our family, we're
definitely
all the
looked
same
after.
ages. Yeah, but not like that. Not really, you know.
We looked after ourselves.
I'll be honest.
Like,
we weren't really like that.
But we looked after ourselves, though. I think that was enough as well.
I don't know.
From early.
We
Yeah,
had
but it's
three
also
older
personality
sisters.
traits, no?
Yeah,
it's just some persons.
I think some people. Yeah, some people just not that way inclined.
We're the oldest here.
No, but then more came over. Like
Yeah,
our families
one
were just
came.
not the same.
Sorry, no, one came over.
We're
So
not-
actually, no. Like, I would identify, even though I'm slap bang in the middle, I would identify more with older sister.
But anyway, like I said, I really don't think anyone should be having a child if you cannot and are not prepared to have it by yourself. And OP's daughter is not in any fit state to have a child by herself. She's still in school. So I think I love OP. I love how clear she is. She's like, yeah, no, not happening. I'm not stepping up. I'm not doing anything more than this. And you better sort out yourself. Otherwise, leave.
I love the boundaries. And I think more people should be dishonest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because do you know what I don't like? And when you spoke earlier, I thought you were talking about the Valentine's Day dilemma.
The grandma.
Where the grandma was doing so much. Her daughter had an attitude with her having a Valentine's date because she looks after her child, her grandchild so much. The daughter, the mother of the child, was enraged that how dare she go out on Valentine's Day because she had plans to go out on Valentine's Day. That's where she's getting it wrong. Whereas this OP, she's clear. She's very clear. She's got her boundaries up and she's like, look, if you're going to have a baby, that's on you. I am just going to be grandma. That's it.
I think the overarching theme is entitlement.
Okay, so the next dilemma is from Truth Off My Chest. Am I, 24 male, weaponizing my incompetence against my partner, 25 female? My partner, 25 female, and I, 24 male, have been dating for almost 4 years now, and we've been living together for a year. Ever since we moved in together, I've had feelings of inadequacy, particularly when it comes to household chores. There are two things I need to confess up front. I'm not good at noticing messes, and I'm not good at cleaning them. This stems from the way I was raised, but not in a my mum always kept everything spotless kind of way. My parents are hoarders, and my childhood home was gross. I never had a role model for cleanliness or organisation. My partner insists she loves cleaning. It's a hobby for her. She puts on headphones, dances, sings, and cleans. But she also says she hates being watched while she does it. We both work full-time jobs, but she works half remotely and half in the office. 8 hours per day, while I work 12-hour shifts on site. So when I'm at work, she often cleans. When we first moved in, I tried to help out with cleaning, but my partner told me I wasn't doing things her way and that she had to redo everything, so I should just stop. These days, my household responsibilities include occasionally vacuuming, taking out the trash, washing the trash cans, emptying the dishwasher, and basically just doing as I'm told. She likes things done in a very particular way. I've taught myself to make the bed exactly how she wants and hang clothes hangers the right way. I've been trying so hard to follow her instructions, but there's always something I do wrong. She does a lot more around the house, dusting, vacuuming, loading the dishwasher, cleaning the kitchen and bathroom, and probably other things I don't even notice. She claims she loves cleaning, and I've never been allowed to touch the laundry. In brackets, she says laundry has always been her job at home and she doesn't want anyone else doing it because she wants it done her way. My feelings of incompetence extend to cooking as well. We usually eat separately because of our mismatched work schedules, so we cook separately too. My girlfriend is very particular. Even when I cook for myself, she'll say I'm doing it wrong. For example, I should set the pot to boil at power level 9 instead of 8. I should set the built-in oven timer instead of my phone. I slice bread wrong. I should place hot trays on the stovetop instead of the counter, etc. I don't know. I just feel like an idiot who can't do anything right.
Break up. No. Honestly, break up. She is too controlling.
Yeah.
And you need to be with someone that's also going to lead you if you need that help. Because obviously he's saying that he's not the best at it. He's like, look, I don't see things the way you do because I come from a very dirty background. Fair enough. I can understand that because obviously it's an exception to the rule. But if he's trying to do things and you're absolutely saying, no, you're not doing it the right way. Sorry, boiling water from level 8 to 9. Sis, relax. She is controlling.
Yeah.
Like really militant and controlling. And I don't see how this is going to evolve going forward. I feel like you need to dip now.
Do you know what? I'm internally laughing because I was thinking, OP's girlfriend, is that you, Melinda?
What? Absolutely not. Yo, you are rubbishing my name throughout this whole episode. What?
I don't know about this one.
May.
No, okay.
Hey, undo it.
Undo it.
She can't do it. She
I
means
can't.
it.
Yeah,
You
you
don't
can.
I
Don't
mean
do
it,
that.
and I
No,
said it with my
don't do that.
chest.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
Anyway, I agree with Marie. I think the future is not bright on this one.
Oh, it's awful.
I think she's way too controlling and it's only going to get worse because do you know what's going to happen? Say you do, you get married, you then have babies. She's going to feel overwhelmed. So she likes things done in a particular way and then she's going to blame OP. She's going to start blame OP and say, you're not helping out enough. And he'll be like, but I tried. And I just couldn't match your standards. And so you told me to basically stop. And it's just going to almost be like a blame game of who contributes the most and the least. And I don't know, this doesn't sound good, but he's really cute. I think he needs to get on YouTube and just learn how to clean from YouTube and leave that relationship.
Yeah, I agree. She's totally controlling. Nothing like me at all. I think it's a lot. And do you know what? It's all good someone enjoying cleaning. I know some people do. I don't mind it. And it's quite therapeutic, especially when you've got music on. Like, I totally understand that. However, like May, it's all good when you don't have so many responsibilities. But once you do, when you've got kids, when your household is just a little bit chaotic with, different things and people, because, other people could move in, like your parents or whatever, then it turns from loving to resenting. And honestly, in any household, it should be divided. Like literally, whether you're living with your sibling, your friends, or your husband or wife, I do think cleaning should be divided. It's a lot. Even living in a flat, there's a lot of different moving parts. So it's not fair for all of that to sit with one person.
Yeah.
And even though obviously he's been assigned his little bits like vacuuming, etc., it's a lot. There's a lot, and I don't think it's healthy. But bless him, I don't think they're compatible in long term, because she is incredibly controlling. I think she needs to find someone that's more her level. who is very similar, which is easy. Like you can find men out there that've got slight OCD, that are also big into cleanliness, tidiness, and he should equally find someone that is less controlling and I guess a bit more easygoing.
And doesn't belittle him. I think she belittles him a little bit.
Yeah, but I don't think she's doing it in a mean way.
Yeah,
I
but
think she's doing it in the only way she knows how. Does that make sense? Like,
yeah, I don't think it's she's doing it to be evil.
Yeah,
But I do think that she is like, this is a man who's crying out for help, really, because he's just like, oh, how I feel inadequate. It's gonna. Do you know what? I've seen marriages like this, like on shows, and one day the man just stops talking. He just does whatever he's told, and then one day he just pops off at the one thing that could be such a minor thing because he's been dealing with it for 20, 30 years. And the woman will just look at him like, what are you complaining about now? You've been with me for 25 years, but
yeah, this is how I am. You know that.
leave now. Do you remember in Little Fires Everywhere? Is it Little Fires Everywhere?
Yeah.
Joshua
Sounds
Jackson's
familiar.
character with Kerry Washington, Reese
Yeah.
Witherspoon. And you know, like Reese Witherspoon's character was quite a little bit racist.
Yeah.
And she despised her last born. And the husband was just a
Yes,
quiet man.
yeah.
Then I don't know what she said to the last born, but that was the thing that popped off in the last episode when the house actually burnt down. Come on now. That girl, you watched her be mistreated for how many years? How many years?
But I think,
He was silenced. And because she was such an overpowering, she had such a
She's overbearing.
character.
Yeah.
The type of, and he even knew that she was going off. Remember when she was going off somewhere to meet her, the guy that she fell in love with, her high school sweetheart, and she was
Did
nearly
she run away in the end?
She didn't run. The daughter did, but
Yeah, the daughter.
Reese Witherspoon's character went to meet the guy that she fell in love with when she was like 17, and she was gonna have an affair. When she came back home, he was like, "Did you go to see him?" And it was like he was so accepting of everything because he was just like, "Well,
don't be a doormat. Come on."
no, but this is it." But they become doormats because it's just
Yeah.
like, "Well, I don't know anything," and blah blah blah. Just leave. There is
But
someone out there that is going to make you feel good about the things that you're not that great at. And will teach you and make you better. Like, that does exist, guys. If you're really bad at something and you're in a relationship and that person makes you feel rubbish about it, you know there's someone else out there that's going to be like, oh, you don't know how to do that? Come, let me show you. And it's not a big deal.
Literally.
So, like, being in a situation where even the way you cook your own food that she doesn't even get to taste. No. Guys, let's break it down. She doesn't taste the food. Why are you telling me how to boil my water?
It's true. Because that should not bother you.
Like, really?
it's the 8 to 9 for me.
8 to 9. That was
makes
like,
next to
boiling
no
is boiling,
difference.
Abby. Oh, please.
So, top comment. I think you're combining two problems into one. That might be why you're feeling confused. The first problem is a household labour issue. You feel like you're not doing enough because she's doing most of the work. And I agree, this is an issue. I think you gave up a bit too easily. You are smart enough to learn how to clean. There are countless resources on YouTube. If you don't notice the mess, set a reminder to do a 20-minute cleanup every other day. Sit down and intentionally redivide the household labour with her. Ask to have a full conversation about it, maybe on a weekend when things are more relaxed, and be proactive about what you want to take on. Prepare ahead of time with a list of tasks you would like to handle. Don't put it all on her to delegate or tell you what to do. And don't accept the excuse, in brackets for yourself, that she's better at it or that you didn't learn it as a child. Take ownership of those tasks. Do it for you so you don't feel unequal. That way you'll also be more confident in standing your ground for the second issue. The second problem is that she has control issues and treats you like a child. The fact that she corrects you on how you cook for yourself says a lot. How you cook for you literally doesn't affect her. She isn't even eating the food, but she still feels the need to tell you you're doing it wrong. Why does it matter if you use your phone timer instead of the oven timer? It doesn't. And in my opinion, that's out of line. I think you might be afraid to set boundaries with her, partly because she does everything. It's like she's the expert and you're the assistant, or worse, a parent/child dynamic. So you submit. Have you ever talked to her about how critical she is towards you? Have you been vulnerable and shared how that makes you feel? Does she even know you feel like you have to obey her? This is a major issue that will plant resentment in your relationship, and in turn, she may become bitter for having to do everything.
I still think break up, guys.
Agreed.
I think she's too controlling. But you know what? Like she said, communicate that, because it doesn't sound like you have communicated it. But I still think leaving compatible.
Yeah, I agree with the top comment though. I do think have a conversation first, and if nothing changes, then you can leave.
Yeah.
But I
I agree.
think based on what OP has written in, it sounds like her nature. So I would be surprised if she can change, because it sounds like she needs to release her controlling ways across everything, and it sounds like something that can't be, I don't know, changed overnight.
Yeah, that's not someone that, in my experience, it's not someone that you can talk to.
I feel like you can talk to certain people about their controlling ways, but I just think you have to be realistic in terms of expecting them to change.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like people who have that level of control where they're telling you how to boil water. No, out of everything that she said, that boiling water one
Can't
really
let it
took
go.
me. It took me over the edge, because I'm like, how does the boiling water affect you at
It's
all?
true.
Because it's such a minor thing.
I think
And-
she's highly irritated as well.
Yeah, like it's
Yeah.
such a minor thing. It's like, you're not doing this, you're not doing this. And I'm like, okay, I don't think this is going to work, you
Yeah,
know, because
literally.
these are like, imagine someone like that being pregnant.
I said that.
Yeah.
I said
Imagine
she's
someone
gonna.
like that being pregnant. I'm just thinking, with no judgment, but it's not every female and every male that like each other that should be together.
Honestly.
It's
At
not
all.
It's not that, because when you get together, you find, how did you even get to live together? How did we get here?
But you know what? When you get in a relationship and someone has different strengths to you, like, you know, especially in the early days, I think people romanticize stuff. I don't think a lot of people understand the importance of compatibility.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't think like really long term, like, oh my God, how's this going to work when this person's pregnant or this person is ill and can actually no longer like clean his house. A lot of people don't think like that. And they also think that in any team, so whether it's husband, wife, or even friendships, like, oh no, that's that person's strength and I'm weak here, so that's a good thing.
Yeah.
But they don't realise that sometimes it then becomes a burden, and a burden then becomes what? Resentful. And then it becomes bitter, and then it's the end. Like, a lot of people don't think like that. So I can understand how they continued and started living together. I totally get that. But now you're getting to this where he's writing in about feeling inadequate and feeling like possibly weaponizing his incompetence. And really and truly, you're not really compatible.
Okay, so my story comes from Am I the Arsehole? Am I the arsehole for telling my friends that it's not my problem they can't afford things?
Oh, okay. Oh my.
Well,
Okay. Looking for some outside opinions on this, preferably from people not directly involved. I'm a 33-year-old man living in Australia, and my group of friends have been together since high school. After graduation, many of them chose to skip further education and went straight into trades or took warehouse factory jobs. Some dropped out of school altogether and still don't have full-time work, instead hopping between part-time jobs. There's nothing wrong with those choices, but they were clearly aiming for an easier path and didn't want to spend more time studying. I, on the other hand, chose to attend university. At the same time, I was lucky enough to get a job in the industry I was studying for, which gave me a head start in my career. By the time I graduated, I already had more experience than the average graduate. That said, it wasn't easy. I was waking up at 5 a.m. for work, attending university afterward, and getting home around 9-10 p.m. every day. After graduating, I landed a well-paying job earning 80k annually, which was immediately more than any of my friends were making. Right away, I started hearing things like, I just got lucky with the job, completely ignoring the years of hard work I had put in. At the time, I was just proud and excited to share my achievements, so I made the mistake of telling them what I earned. Over time, the comments died down, and I stopped letting them bother me. Fast forward to last week. I had my friends over to my newly built home for the first time. I'm currently single, have no kids or pets, and I've managed to significantly increase my income over the years while continuing to earn certifications and stay updated in my field. I'm fortunate to live comfortably without financial stress, and I'm proud of what I've built. But as soon as they saw the house, the same old comments started again. Remarks about how I could afford such a place, how I was lucky, how I just sit around all day and get paid a lot, and so on. I had wanted to celebrate a big personal achievement with them, but instead, it left a sour taste. Eventually, I snapped. I told them it wasn't my fault that they were too lazy to put in the effort to build something for themselves. I said that if they'd actually tried, they wouldn't be stuck struggling with money or stuck in low-paying jobs. I pointed out that I'm still studying and working to improve, while most of them haven't changed jobs in over a decade. A couple of them left angrily, while a few others who weren't making the comments stuck around and understood where I was coming from. Since then, things have been tense. Group chats have gone quiet, and our usual plans for Christmas and New Year's are up in the air. I'm now considering whether I should apologise just to keep the peace, but one friend is advising me to wait and see if anyone else reaches out or takes responsibility first.
Keep that one friend and leave the rest.
I do think the delivery was all wrong.
Yeah, the delivery was awful, but at the end of the day, I'm not going to keep being told that I'm lucky and blah, blah, blah. So,
True.
like, years of you saying that. Imagine
True.
if you guys got a job and I'm like, of course you did.
Yeah.
After a few years, I'm going to snap and I'm going to talk to you sideways. If you want to stop talking to me, you built that all by yourself and you can go. I'm so sorry. I'm a big person. I just talked about communicating. So along the journey, you would have said, guys, cut it out. Like, I've actually worked. You've watched me work.
Yeah.
So it is a continuing issue. And you guys see my house instead of celebrating you want to continue like that. I don't want that around me. And he's well within his rights to say, I don't want that around me, and only keep the friend that is supportive of that. Because what are we going to do? When as we keep going, you're going to keep saying these things. It's hurtful as well.
It is, but I think he should have pulled them up early on.
Yeah.
Because what's clearly happened is built resentment over the years.
Didn't he say that he did? Oh, no.
No,
Did he
he
mention
never
it
said
just died
anything.
down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It died down.
It died
Okay,
down,
fair enough.
and then
yeah.
it happened
Okay.
again with the new house. And yeah, he should have never kept quiet from the beginning.
Yeah.
But I understand not everybody likes confrontation and just awkward conversations and stuff. So I totally get it. However, it sounds like he needs a new group of friends regardless. These ones he's possibly outgrown in terms of just like lifestyle, and they're not on the same or even playing field at all. So I think he needs to get new friends anyway. And he does owe them an apology, sorry. I'm not going to lie. I do think he does owe them an apology, because it's like, regardless of what he said, its delivery is very key. So it's about how he said it.
Yeah,
he
how
had a
it made
valid,
mental.
he had a valid point. However, the way he chose to go about it is just all wrong, and it's offensive. I would have taken offense and been like, well, you know, it's not about laziness. Sometimes like people get stuck in jobs because of, you know, their lives and their commitments and etc. Like, laziness is a huge assumption. That's not fair. So yeah, he just needs to talk to them, apologize. However, he needs to start meeting new people, that are also, I don't know, on the same track as him in terms of life. Like, literally have the same lifestyle, have the same interests. Like, life's like that. I'm sorry, you can't bring everyone along on your ride. Like, even childhood friends, like, not everyone's gonna make it. And especially when it comes down to finances always divides people, even families. Like,
yeah, true.
family members can't even go on the same holiday like together, because not everyone can afford a certain type of holiday, whatever you decide. So it's like, yeah, he needs to rethink his friendships, and there's nothing wrong with staying in contact with them at all, but just understand that they go here, this is what I do with this group of people, and this is what I do with other people. That's all you need to do. Like, he needs to really manage his relationships. That's all it is.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, he can't turn back the hands of time. And have
No,
a
but you can
conversation.
apologise.
Yeah, so definitely. But I think he needs to not make a big deal about it.
Yeah.
So I think it needs to be, because, you know, men, they don't like talking through feelings and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I think maybe just send a WhatsApp group message just saying, guys, sorry about popping off earlier, but you guys know that I worked really hard during uni to get to where I am. So I just don't appreciate the little digs about how I can afford shit.
Done.
And then say something like, do you want to meet me at the pub next weekend? Let's go get drinks. That's all you need to do.
Rounds
like,
on me.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
like, no, you don't need to say that. Just let's meet for drinks. Like, I think don't make it a big deal, because men ain't like women.
Yeah.
Like, we don't need to talk through feelings. Send one apology in the group chat, and then let's move it back to social, like, environment, and just go back to what it is. But it's really important that he does find new friends. These people, I think they can be like his local friends, like from childhood. Like men have this thing where they don't easily let go of their friendships. Like they will have a friend from when they were 4 years old. This person that they knew from when they were 4 years old is a bum, by the way. And everyone can see he's a bum. But
and they've got nothing in common anymore.
For some reason, they're still friends. And when they come together, they talk about that person only reminisces with them about days and years gone by. Like, this is just something that I've noticed with men. They don't easily let go of friendships, but they do need to find, like OP really needs to find new friends that are like-minded, that live similar lifestyles, because then he won't run into these remarks that he gets offended by.
Yeah.
And they're more on his level. Like, it's a more level playing field. That's what he needs. Like, unfortunately, it's not that he's superior or he comes across as superior. There is an inferiority complex going on with his friendship group.
Yeah.
They feel like they're not good enough. Like, they're not where he is. They can't meet him where he is. And unfortunately, that makes for a really uneven, like, power dynamic. And it's just like it's them. They're really uncomfortable. He's still as comfortable with them as he always was, but they notice it, and you can't not notice it when you go to an amazing, beautiful house that you can't afford. When you're experiencing, when you're experiencing things, and like you see your friend having a completely different lifestyle to you. So I get it, but I think don't make it a big deal. Do apologize because you went a bit far. The delivery wasn't great, but then just move on. Find friends that are more equally yoked like yourself. It's really that simple.
I would have communicated along the way. Your comments are annoying.
Yeah, that's why.
Which is why I was like, drop them.
Yeah. But that's why I said he should have done it from the beginning.
If you haven't explained it, then definitely, you guys are right. I was emotional.
That's it for today. Don't forget to drop your subreddits into the comments. Would love to know what chaos you'd love to hear more of.
And that's it. See ya.
Bye.
Say your
I
joke.
haven't told my joke. Okay, cool. Okay. Why did the coffee file a police report?
I don't know.
Because he got mugged.
So dumb.
That was good. I was going with like piping hot, or I don't know.
No, bro. What is this? Got mugged, didn't it?
That was nice. That was a nice one.
Hey. Welcome back to OP Said, where we read the maddest. Okay. Hey. Welcome back to OP Said. I'm Mel, and we're this. Okay. Hey. Welcome back to OP Said. I'm Mel, and this is OP Said, where we read the maddest, wildest, craziest Reddit stories.
I'm Marie, and today's stories are bonkers.
And I'm May. And if you thought the last stories were crazy, wait until you hear today's episode.